Look at my pretty new door. My dad just made that. It's all from pine right here on the property. How well you could see it. You prop it open. It's got an automatic door closer on it. So that's pine 1x material. And these were two of them glued together and biscuit jointed. We have a layout table up in the wood shop and a big commercial planer. And that was just pine off the mill here from the property. And we build everything off the sawmill. And it made me think that the one most important thing that a person could get when you buy a timber lot is buy a sawmill. I saw one at Harbor Freight. Redneck Homestead's got one. It was like $1,200, and no, it's nothing like my Wood Miser, but my goodness, you could build any house with it. And for $1,200, wow. If you have a timber lot, buy a sawmill. That house right there, and I'm not kidding you, I built for $5,500. That was it. $5,500. Because I own a sawmill and I own timber. Well, it was a lot of years ago, but that's what it cost, $5,500 to build that house. So if you get a timber lot, buy a sawmill. Don't have somebody else come in and saw your own stuff. Buy a mill, learn how to use it, and learn how to build. It'll be so worth it building your own stuff. It's so inexpensive when you build your own stuff. Oh yeah, the door. The other door we just put up when we built this thing, and it was an $18 door. It was an interior door like this one. And they're just paper, really. And it wouldn't handle the weather. And I thought before we put a roof over the entryway here to protect this door, we're going to put a little deck out here with 2 posts and put a roof over it to keep the rain off of it. So it's a beautiful door. Dad's 82 years old, and he just whipped that together and came up and installed it today. It's just made out of pine right off the mill. And this whole building came off the mill. And the windows came out of a house that we built in 1970. And then the owners upgraded all the windows in the house. In fact, that house, I heard just a little while ago, sold last month for $1.5 million. But I got the windows out of it. Years ago, we swapped all the windows out and stacked them up there in the shed. Always finding a use for stuff. But if you've got a mill, you don't have to be the greatest builder. When you've got free lumber, you can make a lot of mistakes. You can't imagine what it's like. Like these boxes here. A friend had a big cedar that was dying out from beetle kill in his front yard. And it wasn't enough for a self-loader. So he's just down the road and he calls us up and say, hey, you want that big cedar butt? And well, sure, it makes great raised boxes. So all these raised boxes here came from one 8-foot butt. He actually cut it, and his son-in-law was going to carve it into a bear with a chainsaw. And then I guess they found a better log. So they just gave me that one 8-foot butt, and it made all of these boxes. So I'm telling you, buy a sawmill, even one of those Harbor Freight ones, $1,200-$1,400. Yeah, mine costs $40,000 now, but I would, if I had to do it again, I'd do it again, because you have no idea how many times that mill's paid for itself. Well, that's a commercial mill. You could buy a Harbor Freight one and certainly easily build your whole house. Look, I actually built a house for a guy, and the guy was an accountant for the county, but he had all this big timber, and he had an Alaskan mill, and he milled every board for his house, bigger than mine. Every board for the house he milled with a chainsaw. And he asked me if I'd build a house for him. So we built this house, and every board was cut with a chainsaw on an Alaskan mill. Well, how much easier to buy one of those Harbor Freight saws? Is it going to break? Sure. Is it going to have problems? Sure. But for the price, man, you build several houses. Awesome. Awesome. If you have a timber lot, buy a mill. Learn to build. Don't have somebody else do it for you. You guys can do this. I still do it. Sort of. When I can walk without a cane. And today, as you can see probably in my reflection, I am walking, yay, without a cane. Awesome. So that's a good thing. Anyway, just wanted to share my new door and put my plug in there for sawmills. Have a very blessed day.